Hi, everybody. Welcome to Turquoise Sky Custom Spirits. My name is Megan Campbell. I am the owner and founder of Turquoise Sky. We are the only distillery in the world that specializes in small batch custom vodka and bourbon, and later this year, an agave spirit as well. So, this is part of a series where I sit down with you and I show you how I make the labels. And just give you an idea of kind of the design process, what I'm thinking, and what kind of fun stuff we can do. So normally I would be doing some sports players, athletes, things like that. But since tomorrow is Mother's Day, I'm going to go ahead and do one for my mom because she's my real hero. Um, so just real quick, I'm going to tell you one of my favorite stories about my mom, and then we're going to get into it. We're going to start designing a label, and I'm going to just keep telling stories as I go and talking about it. So, all right. So, first of all, my favorite story of my mom ever is this time we were little kids and we were driving home from school, from work, whatever. And she told us that she was magic because she could tell you when the lights were going to change. She could see into the future. And obviously, we're very skeptical. Okay. We're smart kids. So we know she's probably not magic. But after two or three times she does it right, all right, she's got something going on. But we're skeptical kids. So what we do is while she's sitting at the light, we're waiting for it to turn green. We tell her she can't look, right? Like I remember taking my little kid hands and like pushing her face this way, and like, well, you can't look at the light, so you don't, because you're tricking us. And now, obviously, that I'm older, she must have been staring right at the countdown timer on the side of the road, and I just remember how she was trying not to bust up laughing at us. Um, and it's one of my favorite stories. I remember thinking of that. So the reason that, and here, let's switch over so you can see me start designing. So the reason that I got this particular label in mind is because I was talking to some friends the other day, and they were talking about how when they were growing up, it's everybody's mom was mom. It's like, oh, all my best friends, that's just what I call her. And that's not how it was in my house. It wasn't like, oh, that's mom, that's mom, that's mom. It was like, no, that's Megan's mom or Miss Campbell or whatever. So now we make this joke a lot. After she got her doctorate degree, you can call me Dr. Mom. So this is Dr. Megan's mom to you. And this is her bottle. All right. So the first thing I always do is get a feel for what fonts we're going to be using, right? That's like my number one. Like, obviously, this one's all wrong. So let's look around. Eh, kind of like that's very busy. You got to be careful about how busy you get with things. And then my brother always prefers wingdings of various sizes and shapes, but he's not here. He doesn't get to vote for wingdings. And we are, in fact, trying to communicate stuff, so it's not the best for that. Okay. Hmm. I like that. I like this one. This has good vibes to me. All right. So, most importantly, right? And then we're going to go through and we're going to figure out what's the biggest thing. So, doctor is, the big part of that word. And then obviously that's is not that important. To you is not that important. And then Megan's mom is sort of important. So we'll put these two together, and then they're not quite as important as the word doctor. So we've got our hierarchy going. Let's see, another fun. You would think with all the time I had to prepare on the way over, I would have come up with, oh, I know here's all these stories off the top of my head I want to tell about my mom. Um, she is a teacher and she is so good at what she does. I don't know about that T, that's not. So growing up, I was practically like raised in the classroom, and she told me, I did not listen, but she told me that I didn't want to be a teacher, and she was right. I got my degree and then realized that I don't want to be a teacher. Oh, so what we're gonna do right here, we're gonna make another D because I want this one to, the that's to like curve along the D. So we're gonna turn it into a curve. We're gonna go over to our artistic text tool. If you are a mother and your daughter is just, driving you crazy and you're like, what is wrong? She thinks I'm the worst person in the world and I'm wrong about everything. That's normal. That's pretty standard mother-daughter stuff. I wouldn't worry about it too much. It's just like, why would I tell my mom she's right about something? That's not gonna help anybody. Like who could possibly benefit from something like that? Let's see. One of my other to tell you what kind of person my mom is. When she was pregnant with my baby sister, I think I was like 8 or 9 at the time. It was a big gap between us, and she it was right before the beginning of the school year, and she was getting everything ready when her water broke. And her friend she worked at the school with uh, came in and was like, "Holy shit, Tamara, your water broke. Maybe you should like do something about it." And my mom, being who she is, was like in denial. So it took her a little while to acknowledge that that was even happening. And then when she did, she was like, okay, fine, it's happening. Just call Paul. Like, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Um, and she like kept walking around putting her, hang on a second, I gotta pause. All right, JK, those fools are definitely not old enough to drink. All right, let's switch you back. That's fine. Okay. So yeah, so she's like, no, everything's fine. That's not happening. Don't even worry about it. And she just like keeps walking around. Um, and she's like stapling up posters and stuff, and it just cracks me up. That's very much my mom walking around trying to get ready for her substitute when she's having a freaking baby, you know? Let's see. And I think I know. I think I want this to be switched. So I'm gonna just flip this O around. So we have a little like doing doing situation going on. Give it a little bit of fun. All right, that's Dr. Megan's mom, and we're gonna sneak this up here. It can be a little, actually, I want it to be the same size, so that's 15. Okay, it's a little bigger than I wanted, but that's fine. And you know what? We can do better. We can do better. So my mom was really good at birthdays too. Like, oh man, every year it was always just crazy. You know, whatever we were into that year was like the go-to. Like, okay, that's what this whole birthday's about. You better make sure you like a thing before you tell my family because you're gonna get it. You know? All right, let's. Do I have my snapping on there? Turn my snapping on. That's Dr. Megan's mom to you. All right, beautiful. I'm very happy with that. We're gonna go ahead and put it in the center. Let's make it a little bit bigger. And then what is my mom getting for her special bottle? So I just put the finishing touches on a cranberry lemonade flavored vodka. And that's for, I made it for an event. There's going to be more than required for that event. So I should have bottles available probably sometime next week. But it's a cranberry lemonade vodka. Some of it will be going to the Million Dollar Teacher Project. Their adult field trip is coming up. And that's kind of the big, like, I was like, okay, I want this for that event. Some of it is going to be going to Pearlick for an event that they're hosting down in Tucson. I don't know how I feel about that. I think I don't like it. I don't think I like any of those. Let's see if the L does something fun. Yeah, all right. I'll allow it. Hello.
How are you?
All right. I have absolutely no idea where I was. I really hope this is recording right, so we'll just find out. All right. I don't know if I was in the middle of a story or something, but we're not anymore. Cranberry lemonade. I think I'm gonna shrink this bad boy down a little. Yeah, so this is for this upcoming event for Million Dollar Teacher Project. It's called the Adult Field Trip. And the whole program is just to support teachers and make the job a little more bearable. Um, ooh, now we're getting dramatic. I don't want dramatic. So they do not work with kids. They strictly are like, we're helping teachers and making sure they have a good time. So this is their sort of annual fundraiser where they just show you what it's like to be a kid again so you can appreciate how much work these teachers are out there doing. There we go. And let's give it a little more room on that E. All right, cranberry lemonade, flavored vodka. There we go. That's what I get for talking while I work. Boop, 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 boop. So, let's see, what else? My mom is a very creative person. When I was younger, I was so jealous of her because she could just make things, you know, like she could paint and they would look like the things they were supposed to look like. And that was just like mind blowing to me, you know, and some of it is, you know, obviously practice. Her mom was very artistic too. And so she taught her. And then some of it was just I was young. I was always wanting to be better at stuff. It was so frustrating. It's so frustrating being a kid. And I tell my stepson when he was younger, I'm like, there's nothing wrong with you. You're just you don't have basic hand-eye coordination yet. Like your brain hasn't done that part yet, and you're gonna get better because you're just a kid. Which doesn't really make it feel better when you're a kid. I know that, but at least it's something I think I would have liked to hear. It would have helped me if I had internalized that. It's like, hey, by the way, your body just isn't done. Um, so this is obviously, since it's Dr. Megan's mom, this is going to be like a graduation. That's right, you thought I was talking about my mom? Bam, it was an advertisement. So let's go. I just had, oh, hat, there it is. So obviously graduation is coming up for a lot of people. So we are celebrating her getting her doctorate. I just had someone the other day on Facebook that I went to high school with announce that she just got her doctorate. That was very exciting. It's good for her. Let's see. All right, all right. So that's what we're celebrating with this label is the doctorate. Now my mom got hers from University of Phoenix. That is possibly the least helpful color I've ever seen in my life. Let me see if I can Pinterest. I hate when Pinterest is the thing that comes up. That is not useful. University of Phoenix. Let's just mess everything up. Mess it all up, guys. Steal this little logo. And size does not matter because we are just here for the color. And we're going to go ahead and delete that. And what do we want to turn? Definitely this cranberry, obviously, is going to have to be red. Doctor is the most important word, so let's go ahead and make that red. And then I like the hat being black. I think I'll make the tassel red. So let's boop. Well, not quite. All right, so there's our curves. We're going to color that red. And then a mask two below. Nope. I want this on top. And then mask two below. Bam. Okay. And then I'm going to go in this guy and delete the extra so that we don't have that sort of black line idea behind it. All right. That's Dr. Megan's mom to you. Cranberry lemonade. And then I'm just going to throw in here, since this is like theoretically a graduation gift that I would have given to her, were I not, like 20 when she graduated and not really drinking yet. Yeah, that's another. My parents had us young, so they really didn't have the time or the money or the inclination to drink when we were younger. So the only time we would ever see them drinking at all was at the holiday, the yearly Christmas party. It would be held at our house because my parents were the only ones with kids, so it was just easier. It was just easier that way, so they didn't have to worry about where we were or getting babysitters or whatever, and everybody else could just come hang out because they were also the ones with the house. And so we would go out at the end of the night, we'd be sitting in our room playing video games the whole time. And we would go out at the end of the night, and my mom would be all giggly, and she'd just be kind of silly, and we would start teasing her, and she would shush us. So that's kind of like our cue now when my mom is out somewhere and we know she's been drinking. is she'll text us and it'll be just shh. And that's how we know mom has had too much to drink. So yeah, no, they crack me up because they really did not. They didn't start drinking until I started drinking. Like I introduced my family to alcohol, so I am officially the the worst influence on the family. But on the other hand, I've got great taste, so at least if I'm gonna, mess everybody up, it's gonna taste great on the way. Okay. All right. I like that. It's got like a little vintage thing going on. My mom did not graduate this year. I'm just putting that on there because, haha, suckers, this is an ad. And I think we can scoot this down just a little more too. There we go. All right, there is our finished product. And I will go ahead and scoot you back over to me, right? I'm doing this right. I can't even tell you how many times I have got it backwards and recorded, like you just see me talking the whole time and you're supposed to be looking at the design thing and there's no way to go back. There's no way to go back. So it's fine. All right, so let me go through and make sure I said all the things I'm supposed to say. So Turquoise Sky, custom spirits, get yourself some custom alcohol, graduation. If you don't have something yet, hit me up. I can get you some graduation bottles before next weekend. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be quick. So you gotta let me know ASAP. I've got the cranberry lemonade vodka. I've got some mulberry mint and lime vodka that's amazing. Two more bottles of the black cherry vanilla and quite a few of the honey lemon bourbon. If you've got any graduates that are more on the bourbon side, and a couple more apple pie bourbon. So those are all available next weekend. I know there's a lot of graduations coming up, but you gotta let me know now, and I can throw together some simple labels like this one, and we'll make you the talk of the town. Everybody's gonna be like, "Oh my God, how did you make that happen? That's amazing." So graduation's coming up. Mother's Day is tomorrow. I've got little bottles, I've got big bottles, I've got glassware, I've got lots of pretty things that she doesn't already have. So definitely, if you haven't got a gift yet, I'm here until 6 o'clock tonight. I'm back here again from noon to 4 tomorrow. So flowers are nice. Not gonna rag on flowers. But if you're stopping by a freaking Walgreens and asking the photo clerk, what do moms like, which is a real thing that has happened to me, no, don't do that. Come talk to me. Um, I will make sure your mom has something that moms like. So we're going to have a good time. We're going to make sure she has a good time. So come on in here until 6 o'clock tonight. Here from noon to 4, Sunday, the 12th. That's Mother's Day. Come visit us. And I'm quite sure I had something. Oh, yeah. And then Million Dollar Teacher Project. So if you like supporting teachers, go, I think it's like $100 or something to go to their yearly gala event. Really good time. I'm going to be there. We're going to be serving this cranberry lemonade. This is the bottle I made for them last year. Ooh, so cute. That's also my pool. So that's going to be really fun. I'm going to be there. If you don't really want to do that, but a lot of your customers are teachers, let me know. I'll set you up with the right guy. They're always looking for sponsors, people to do giveaways and things like that, to just show teachers love and support, and obviously spread awareness for your brand. And I think that's it. So thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your rich friends especially. Yeah, I'm Megan Campbell from Turquoise Sky Custom Spirits, and I will see you next time.